The Antimatter Maintainer in Rocket Mode was just released. Check it out right here in all of its glory. It can do things like increase your final attack and HP, Blaster Shark Maw gun damage plus 50% right here, Blaster Shark Maw gun chills enemies on hit skill damage plus 25%. When cluster arrows hit, you gain 1 Mad Blight stack, gain 10% damage to poisoned targets for each stack, max 5 stacks. So when you fight a boss, you're going to have these things called cluster arrows. I believe that's what these are. If you don't have any resonance, 5 little arrows will launch out, or RPGs, little rockets, and 10 will move in on the boss. Now in some cases, if you're too far away from a boss, it's not going to be effective. It's not going to hit them. And the more you upgrade this, the more cluster arrows, I believe they're called, you get. And as you see here, cluster arrows plus 2, cluster arrows damage plus 10%. So let's add some resonance. Now we're above 3000, which is usually recommended for all Twinborn tech parts. Now these are not recommended skills at all. We are just checking out the RPG. Now with more resonance, we should have more cluster arrows. So the boss spawns right there, and now look at that, we have a lot more. We currently have 9, and they will return as 18. Once they reach their peak, they split up and turn into 2 little rockets. So we have more Antimatter Maintainer buffs here. Max Mad Blight stacks plus 5, restores 30% shield after 5 Blaster Shark Maw gunshots, shield damage plus 30%, damage to lacerated targets plus 25%. So if you're using the Ninja Turtles for their awakened team passive skills, and an awakened Taloxa who can inflict laceration, the Antimatter Maintainer in Rocket Mode can increase your laceration damage. Now look at this, Blaster Shark Maw gun flies faster, larger explosion radius. We can increase our skill damage by a percentage, obtain more cluster arrows, and more. So what this can do is basically increase your final stats, increase the damage output of the Shark Maw gun, chill enemies on hit, increase your skill damage, increase damage to poisoned targets, give you these little cluster arrows, and increase the cluster arrow damage, restore your shield, increase shield damage, and increase damage to lacerated targets. Look at this, we have damage to lacerated targets plus 25% down here. So the more total resonance energy you get, the more you can obviously increase your damage output. All the way at the bottom, we have Blaster Shark Maw gun damage plus 60%, cluster arrows damage plus 25%, and damage to lacerated targets plus 25%. The other half of the Antimatter Maintainer Twinborn tech part is Drill Shot mode. And some of you may be wondering, should you use Drill Shot mode or Rocket mode? And as always, my answer is going to be, it depends. I've actually had more luck with Drill Shot mode, but my collectible set for the Drill Shot mode is stronger. I have more collectibles upgraded. So it depends on the player. I've seen some people say yes, I've seen some people say no. The only way to find out is through trial and error. Speaking of collectible sets, here's the new collectible set. With this, we can increase our attack, our HP, Blaster Shark Maw gun damage by a percentage, damage to lacerated targets by a percentage, and cluster arrows damage by a percentage. This one here is called Dimensional Foil. I don't currently have it. It would be great to get it though, so I'm going to focus on that in the future. Also, my life hourglass is only 1 yellow star. We need to get these numbers up, people. So when all is said and done, it seems to be pretty effective against bosses. In places perhaps like Ender's Echo or the boss phase during LME. Try it out. See how it goes. Let me know in the comments. That's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. Smash like and subscribe for more Survivor IO. See you guys later.